guys, I'm so happy to be here once again, and basically I'm going to be talking about, how to navigate your way through life, and a lot of times, people find it difficult to navigate their way through life. They find it difficult, on how to know what to do per time, per circumstance, and most especially for we that we are from the third world Africa. We have a lot of struggles, we have a lot of uncertainties, to deal with, going forward, especially when a guy, a lady, completes what we call NYC, National Youth Service Corps, and upon that, a lot of expectations, both from the family, the society, the societal factor is also there. A lot of pressure is imposed, naturally on you. For we that we are from the third world, this has always been our experiences per time. It has been our prevailing experience. We can relate well with what I'm talking about. And I'm going to be talking about how you really can navigate your way through life. But the truth is just that there isn't any way, there is not any way that anyone can tell you that, oh, this is the path you need to go through for you to actually, delve through life effectively. There's nothing like that. The only thing that is guaranteed is principles. We call it principle. When you follow principle, you have, there's this high propensity that you are going to get an effective result, that you're going to achieve that which you need to achieve as a result of, integrating, as a result of engaging that principle. You understand what I'm saying? And, even at that, even when principle is in place, it doesn't mitigate the fact that failures won't still come your way. Failures will still evade you, in the eye. It's just part of life. You just need to come to terms with this. You have to put it in perspective that failure is not a respecter of anybody, no matter who you are. It's just that at some level in life, you pretty much can, lessen. You pretty much can reduce your failure rate. You pretty much can reduce your error rate. You pretty much can reduce the way you create a reputation capital for error. That's what I'm saying, in essence. And, let me pick it from this angle. I want to say that, foolishness is much more popular than wisdom. When you gather 100 people, there's this, there's high propensity that out of those 100 people, 80% of them will be foolish without them knowing that they are foolish. You understand? Wisdom is a scarce resource in our time. Wisdom is a scarce, very scarce resource in our time. And, it's a different ballgame when you pretty much don't know you are foolish and you are thinking you are acting in wisdom. It's very funny. I've met a lot of confident, ignorant people. They are so confident and they feel they know everything. They feel they are right. And you'll be like, this guy is operating in foolishness. You are engaging the tool of foolishness without you knowing. A lot of people do that a lot of times. A lot of people. I've met so many people. I've interacted with people, a lot of people, and I've met foolish people and I've met intelligent people as well. And the funny thing is that a lot of times, those that are foolish, they don't know they are foolish. They feel they are wise. They feel they are still, operating in wisdom. Until something comes their way to audit their content and show them, oh, you need a pause, you need a break, you're actually foolish. And a lot of times I've come to realize that we from the, especially we Westerners, we from the western part of Africa, we from the third world Africa, we have this ideology. When someone sees that you are operating in foolishness and the person tries to correct you, you respond with stiff defensiveness. You try to, you feel the person is trying to downgrade you. You feel the person is trying to talk down or look down on you. And the person actually is able to sense something that, oh, you are operating in foolishness and you need to correct it. but we respond with stiff defensiveness. That's why a lot of us, when we make mistakes, we find it difficult. We don't want people to correct us. Even when they are correcting us, when you know what you've done is wrong and you are being corrected, you are still unwilling to yield to correction. Why? It's just our nature. It's just something we've developed ourselves into becoming, which is very, very wrong. Do you understand? It's very, very wrong. That's why a lot of if you consider all these guys from the developed world, you see their error rate is minimal. Their error rate is very minimal. Because what? Because they pick lessons from their mistakes and they ensure that they don't repeat such in their subsequent engagements. But we from the West or the third world, we feel when someone tries to audit you and someone tries to figure out something wrong in you, you pretty much we don't like it. I'm not just saying us, I'm also part of. You understand? So, and for you to actually navigate your way through life, you must one of the critical proofs that shows that you are actually mature, not even mature now. Okay, let me talk about maturity. One of the critical things that prove that you are actually mature is you being able to, accept that you are wrong, and you are able to succumb to the ideas of others. You are able to learn from others. Is a sign of maturity, and it's also a critical element needed for you to navigate your way through life successfully. Now, if you want to navigate your way through life successfully, you need to imbibe that habit. You don't have to get it right all the time. A lot of people think getting it right all the time is a proof that they are wise. It's a proof that you are foolish. Peradventure, no one has told you that. It's a sign that you are very foolish, honestly. And when I say foolish, a lot of people think foolish, when they say you are foolish, a lot of people think it's an insult. Foolishness is not an insult. One of my great mentors, on PK, usually says, foolishness is not an insult. Foolishness, is a state of existence. Pretty much like you have some junks in you that needs to be eradicated. You have some unwanted materials, unwanted elements, they are deposited in you, and pretty much like you are outplaying those elements. You are outperforming them, and people can sense it that, man, this is foolishness. This is foolishness in its full regalia. It's very funny, but a lot of people are foolish, but they don't want to accept that they are foolish. And when they tell you you're foolish, they are not insulting you. It's just a state of existence. It's pretty much an adjective to qualify your state of existence. You understand? So, even Apostle Paul, I don't want to be the church now, but Apostle Paul, he said, "Oh, ye foolish Galatians." He was referring to the Galatians. He wasn't defining them for who they are in the potential. He defined them for who they were. In the actual sense. Oh, you foolish Galatians, who bewitched you guys? I'm not going there. So let's still remain in line with what I'm saying. How to navigate your way through life. One of the key things you need to put into consideration is principle. You can't discount the place of principle. Principle is everything. Jesus Christ himself understands, he has a good knowledge of principle. That's why a lot of unbelievers, a lot of people out there that pretty much doesn't believe in Christ or pretty much doesn't believe in one God or the other, they are doing very fine. They are doing excellently well. Why? Because they are applying principles to what they do part time. And it's working. It's working. So many Christians are out there, they just call themselves Christians. And, a moralist, if you gauge their attitudinal behavior, if you gauge their performance, a moralist will even outperform a Christian, which ought not to be. It ought not to be. But in our time, we've seen, the righteous beg for bread. In David's time, he couldn't figure out that. He could not figure out that. He said, I've never seen the righteous forsaken. But in our own time, we've seen the righteous forsaken again and again. Again and again. It doesn't make the righteous man less righteous. It simply means the righteous man is not aware of his righteous status. You understand? So one of the key things for you to navigate your way through life effectively is you engaging principle. You engaging principle. I kind of emphasize that. Principles, they are all to life. Just take for instance, at the Tower of Babel, those guys, they said they want to build a tower that will reach into the heavens. And because what? Because they were united, they were able to, they almost achieved that. So another ingredient I'm going to be giving you is the place of unity. You need collaboration. You can't get it all done. A lot of people, they just want to isolate themselves. They just want to figure it. They just want to do it by themselves. They want to achieve the whole success. I could remember back then in undergraduate days, and back then in FUTA, I see some people, they try to hoard knowledge. They try to, I just want to know this thing. I don't want to show anybody. That's not life. That ain't life. You must be willing to engage. That's why a lot of organizations, a lot of top, corporations, they invest in what? In training their staffs. They invest in what? In bringing guys together, bringing their staffs together to what? To work together, hand in hand. Teamwork is otherwise called teamwork, because with a team you can achieve much. With yourself, by yourself, you can't achieve a lot. You need collaboration. You need to foster meaningful alliances, meaningful relationships, with people of like minds, people that are seeing the way you're seeing, people that are going, the same place you also have in mind. You understand? People that can photograph an expected end, and you can work together with them. You need that. You need collaboration. It's called unity. You have to unite. You have to form, it's called formidable alliance. You need them in your life. You can't navigate through life effectively without these right people. When you find them, don't let go of them. Friendship. Friendship is also another thing. It's another critical element. You need the right friends in your life. You need the right friends in your life. And, I tell people you pretty much can't, you can't design some things in life, but you can also design some things intentionally in life. And what do I mean? You can be selective about the friends, about the people that you give us access to in your life. I believe that, ever since I know this thing, what I want to say now, ever since I come to terms with it, my life has been so good, and my outcomes are they've been so impressive. I was able to get to understand that friends are very important in your life. You need people in your life, and one thing you need to take note is that this same friend, that can engineer your greatest progress, or let me say, these friends that can actually, that can push you to the place of destiny, that can engineer your progress in life, they also have this, they have the potential of engineering your greatest downfall in life. They have anybody you meet in life, they have those two potential. They can be the succor to your next level. They can also be the machination to your downfall. And when you come to terms with that, then it pretty much will suggest to you that you need a protocol to put in place for people to gain access into your life. You don't just accept everybody because they are so nice, they are so nice, and you feel, this person is a good person. Niceness doesn't qualify that the person is a good person. You understand what I'm saying? Kindness is different from being nice. When you are kind, is different from when you are being nice. When you are being nice to someone, you are just trying to rent a space in the head of the person to perceive you, in a positive format. It doesn't make you kind. When you are nice, it doesn't make you kind. So don't mistake the two together. So what I'm saying is that friendship is also very important, but you need to be selective about the kinds of friends that you allow into your life. You don't just allow everybody. You don't allow everybody into your life. Don't just be so foolish. Don't be naive to think that let me just accept this person. That's why a lot of ladies, they fall victim of the wrong guys, because the guy is just being nice to them and they feel, this guy is the right guy. He's the right guy for my destiny. That's why a lot of I remember what PK said in one of his messages. He said, anything that impacts on you and changes who you are, then that thing is stronger than you. What do I mean? You know, when I throw a bomb at you, the bomb pretty much will change you from a physical being to a spiritual being, to a spirit being, rather. You understand? So also, if someone should buy you a car, you know, pretty much like the person gifted you a car, you know, and the car started changing who you are, you know, from the person everyone knows you to be before. You know, the car started changing who you are. You are so humble, you are so down to earth, you are so submissive. You started, you know, you started operating in arrogance. You started operating, you know, with a lot of pride. Then it simply means the car is more powerful than you. And you won't believe things that are more powerful than people these days. Money is powerful than some people. Money is powerful than some ladies. Even shawarma. Shawarma is powerful than some ladies. It's powerful than some people. You won't believe it. You know, what again? This trendy air, I think is called straight something. I can't remember that now. You all know the wig I'm talking about. This straight, some I can't just figure it out. But it is powerful than some ladies now. It's putting their back on the ground. You understand? So you need to be conscious of all of those things for you to effectively navigate your way through life. You understand? And another critical thing is energy management. You know, a lot of people believe in time management. I also believe in time management. Don't get me wrong. I believe so well in time management, but I pretty much still believe more in energy management. You know, the same time, it is still the same time you had when you were a year old, when you were a baby. It's still the same time you will have when you are 100-year-old. You understand? It's still the same time. Time is a constant fiber. It doesn't change. It's a constant fiber. It keeps reading. You understand? But energy level depletes with time. Energy level depletes with time. So you won't have the same energy you had when you were a year old. You know, you won't have that similar energy when you are 100-year-old. The energy level depletes with time. So you need to manage your energy well. You need to manage your energy well. I'm also not saying time is not important. You need to manage your time well. You need to manage your time well. Otherwise, you will live, you know, in disorderliness. And for you to navigate your way through life, you must understand the principle of time management. You must understand the principle of what? Energy management. Do you understand? And lastly, I don't want this, you know, conversation to be too long. I have so much to say. I have so much popping up in my head, but I will just limit it to this. I want it to be as short, as precise, as concise as possible. So, lastly, the last ingredient you need for you to navigate your way through life, which is the most important, is the place of God. You need to acknowledge that there is a God seated in the heavens. You need to acknowledge the place of a superior being upstairs. You know, you have to acknowledge him per time. In all your endeavors, in everything you do, you need to acknowledge him. He's a critical factor in our lives. He's a critical factor that we need to acknowledge. Is the, you know, if not the only factor. You know, there's this popular saying that goes this. You know, it goes like this. A man with God is like with the majority. So just to, you know, you and God, you are like a majority. Do you understand? So you can't really, you know, delve through life without acknowledging the place of a superior God. He's the one who created you. He's your creator. He knows your end right from the beginning thereof. He knows you before you were conceived in your mother's womb. He pretty much designed your life. He has the master script with him. We on earth, we're just performing what's on the script. So it will be foolish of anyone for you to discount the place of God in your life. You don't do that. You won't be able to navigate your life successfully when you exempt God out of your equation, out of the equation of your life. You understand? So I think I'm done. I think I've said a lot. I've said enough. And we can still stretch this conversation. We can stretch it a little bit more depending on the feedback I get from this video clip. Depending on the feedback. I want you guys to ask a lot of questions. If you have any question you want to push to me, always put it down in the comments. I'm going to see it. I'm going to attend to it adequately. And if you also want to DM me, you can always DM me. I'm going to put my number, my contact. You can always come into my DM. You can check me out on LinkedIn at Kennedy of Jasonya. Kennedy of Jasonya. Find me on LinkedIn. On Instagram, you can find me using my handle KKL. You can easily figure me out there. On WhatsApp, I can give you my contact. If you need that, you can send me a DM on Instagram and I will respond adequately. And on Facebook, you can also find me on Facebook on Jasonya Kenny, or Jasonya Kelvin Oluwatosin Kenny, or Jasonya Kelvin Oluwatosin Kenny. Yeah, so peace be unto you. God bless you greatly. I love you guys. See you some other time.